So, see this question. This question came in GATE 2015. Okay. So, let me read this question. Actually, I have not written each and every sentence of this question. Whatever data was required, I have copied from one IIT Guwahati website. Okay. So, you see, what's the question? In a uniprocessor system. So what is uniprocessor system? Uniprocessor system means what? A system with one processor. So till now, whatever question we have solved, all those questions were of uniprocessor system. Only one CPU was there, which was switching from one process to another process. So same thing here. In a uniprocessor system, three tasks T1, T2, T3 arrives periodically at intervals 3, 7 and 20 milliseconds. So three tasks T1, T2, T3 arrives at, here I will write task, arrives at intervals 3, 7 and 20 milliseconds. It means what? Task T1 will arrive at every 3 seconds. Task T2 will arrive at every 7 seconds. Task T3 will arrive at every 20 seconds. Okay. Suppose task 1 has arrived now. Again after 3 seconds task 1 will arrive. Again after further 3 seconds task 1 will arrive. Same for task 2. Task 2 arrive now. Task 2 will again arrive at after 7 seconds. Task 2 will again further arrive further after 7 seconds. Okay, in the same manner. And the priority of each task is inverse of its period. So the priority is given as the inverse of its period. You see here, the interval of T1 is 3, so its priority is 1 by 3. Interval of T1 is 7, so its priority is 1 by 7. Interval of T3 is 20, so its priority is 1 by 20. Fine. So each instance and available tasks are scheduled in order of the priority. So in order of the priority, here you see in order of the priority, the task will be scheduled. So here you see, here it's nothing mentioned that lower the priority number, higher the task is. That's it was our own assumption. Okay. So in this question, what we will do, we will take the higher priority number. Okay, and in this question, what we will consider, higher the priority number, higher the priority is. Okay, unlike the other questions. So here you can see that 1 by 3 is greater than 1 by 7 is greater than 1 by 20. It means what? The priority number of T1 is 1 by 3. It means what? T1 has higher priority than T2. T2 has higher priority than T3. Okay. And you see, each instance of T1, T2, T3 requires an execution time of 1, 2 and 4 milliseconds. Fine? Yes. So each instance requires of each task requires 1, 2 and 4 milliseconds. So instance means what? It's somewhat similar to burst time. Here what happens that for example, T1's instance is 1 second and its interval is 3 seconds. It means what? After every 3 millisecond, when the CPU will be given to T1, so T1 will run for 1 second. Same for T2. After every 7 millisecond, when CPU will be given to T2, T2 will run for 2 seconds. Okay. And all tasks arrive at the beginning of the first millisecond. Okay. All tasks arrive at the beginning of the first millisecond. Task preemption are allowed. So actually it's a question based on a preemptive priority based scheduling algorithm. Okay. And they have asked to find out when did the first instance of T3 got completed. Okay. So let's solve this question. So here you see all the tasks arrive at the beginning of the first millisecond. So there is an ambiguity in this sentence. Okay. What's the ambiguity? Let me tell you. All the three tasks arrive at the beginning of the first millisecond. So 0 and 1. So at the beginning of the first millisecond, if we consider all the 3 tasks arrive at this point, okay, then it makes some sense that all the 3 tasks arrive at the beginning of the first millisecond from here. Okay, even if we take all the if all the 3 tasks arrive at this point, then also it's correct, because first millisecond, it's not mentioned in the question that t is equal to 1. Okay, t is equal to 0 can be also first millisecond. Okay, and moreover, in the answer key of GATE 2015, whatever answer they have given, so I solved accordingly, and I found that all they wanted to tell that all the tasks arrived at 0th second. Okay, so we will consider from here. Okay, so we will start from here. So at the 0th second, you see all the tasks are available: T1, T2 and T3. Okay, so CPU will be given to which task? Since the priority of T1 is highest, so CPU will be given to T1. So here I will write T1. And the burst time of T1 is 1. Okay, so here you see I have written 1. So it means what? The first instance of T1 is over. Okay. Okay. Now you see the first instance of T1 is completed. Okay. Now you see again after 3 seconds, you see interval 3. T1 will again come after 3 seconds. It means what? T1 will come again at this point. Fine. So now till then CPU will be given to which process? T2 or T3? So just here we see that T2 has higher priority than T3. So CPU will be given to T2. Okay, and you see what's the burst time of T2? 2 seconds. So from 1 to 3, T2 has already completed its task. So first second of T2 is also completed. Fine. And here you see at third second, again T1 came. Because the periodic interval of T1 is 3, T1 will come at every 3 seconds. So here again T1 will come. Okay. So here again T1 will come. It means what? We have available process at 3 seconds is T1 and T3. Okay, T3 already arrived at 0th second. Okay, along with all these processes, all these tasks. So now CPU will be given to which process? T1 or T3? Obviously CPU will be given to T1 because T1 has higher burst time than T3. So here I will write T1. And also one thing is that T2 started here and completed its first instance here. So again after 7 seconds, CPU will be given to T2. It means what? Again after 7 seconds, maybe here at this point, 1 plus 7, 8. At this point maybe. At 8 seconds, again T2 will be given the CPU. Okay. Now you see, now CPU is with T1. So T1 will again run for 1 second. It means what? 3 to 4. Fine. So the second instance of T1 is again over. Okay. And now T1 will come again after 3 seconds. So T1 came here and again after further 3 seconds. It means what? 3 plus 3, 6. At this point, T1 will again come. Okay. At this point, T1 will again come. So now, till 4 to 6, no process is there. Only T3 is available. So CPU will be given to T3. So here I will write T3. So what's the burst time of T3? It's 4 seconds. So CPU will run for 4 to 6 seconds. So only 2 seconds are left for T3. Okay. Here you see at 6th second again T1 came. Okay. So now CPU will be given to T1 again. Why? Because T1 has higher priority than T3. So there is a context switching. So here I will write. So here I will write T1. Okay. So T1 has the highest priority. So T1 will run. So okay. So at so again I am telling, at 6th second T1 again came. So available processes are T3 and T1. Okay. And the priority of T1 is higher than T3. So CPU is given to T1 again, and T1 will run till its burst time from 6 to 7, because the burst time is 1 for T1. So again T1 has completed its third instance. You see, T1 has already completed its third instance, 1, 2 and 3. T2 has completed its one instance, and T3 is yet to complete its first instance. Okay. And also you see at 8, I told you that T2 will come at 8. Okay, I told you initially. And now you see from 7 to 8, no processes are there. Okay. And also one thing you know, one thing you notice, T1 came at 6, again T1 will come at 9, because at every 3 seconds T1 will come. So T1 will come again at 9. Fine. So till 7 to 8, except T3, no processes are there. So CPU will be given to T3. So here I will write T3 again. Fine. So here T3 will run for 1 more second. It had 2 seconds left. So it will run for only 1 second. So 2 minus 1, 1. 1 second is left. So now at 8, T2 has come, and T2 has higher priority than T3. So CPU will be given to T2. Here there is a context switch. Here I will write T2. Okay. And you see T2 had yes. Okay. So here I have written T2. Okay. So now, and also T2 was available. That's why. Yes. And you see T2 ran for only 1 second, and T1 came, and T1 has higher priority than T2. So CPU will be given to T1. Okay. And since at 9 second T1 came, so here I will write T1. So you see we have all three processes available, T3, T2 and T1. And T1 has the highest priority. So again CPU will be given to T1 here. So from 9 to 10, it's T1 again. So now T1 has completed its 1, 2, 3, 4th instance. Okay. So now here we have two processes available, T3 and T2. Okay. And T2 has and for second instance T2 has only completed its T2 has not completed its burst time. T2 has executed only for 1 second, and 1 second is still left for T2. And also T2 has higher priority than T3. So here T2 will give CPU will be given to T2. So here T2 will run for 1 second. It means what? 10 to 11. So now you see second instance of T2 is completed here. It was the first instance. It's the second instance of T2 is completed. Okay. Now you see T1 finished here. Okay. T1 yes, T1 came here, and it will again come after 3 seconds. So it will come at 12 seconds. 9 plus 3, 12. Here T1 will again come. Okay. And you also see one thing. Till 11 to 12, we have only one task left, T3. Okay. So here I will write T3. Here we will not write T2. Why? Because T2 will again come after 7 seconds, because here T2 came and T2 will come again at 17th second. Okay. So this 11 to 12 second, here CPU is idle, so here CPU will be given to T3. So how much burst time was left for T3? Only 1 second. So here I will write T3. So now you see the first instance of T3 completed at 12 second. Okay. So here T3 also completed. So you see the first instance of T3 completed at 12 second. So you see by the time T3 completed its first second, you can see T1, 1, 2, 3, 4. T1 completed its four instances and T2 completed its 2 instances by 12 seconds. Okay. So so the answer is here 12. So at 12 millisecond, T3 completed its first instance. Okay. I know this question is little bit complicated, but you just solve it very carefully. Try to understand each and every sentence of this question. Okay. And you just try to do it yourself after watching this video. And I am sure you will be able to understand what I taught you now. Okay. Okay, fine.